this at all. Like, I actually have no idea what happens. I didn't see any VODs. I didn't wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch this. I literally have seen none of this. I've just heard a lot of rumors of people throwing. I don't really understand, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Wow. I'll try to go more in depth this time because I think I have a lot of new viewers now.
It really bothers me.
Just in terms of like more hero compositional shit, because obviously not everyone's on the same page. It's not on mobile quality, is it? I don't know why there's black bars, but I blame YouTube for that shit. Cause this is all we know.
And it will basically not show up on anything else as a dark background. So there's a logical reason for this. I agree, but there's a very good reason that logo is blue.
Okay, before we even start, they're running triple tank tracer. I don't hate this composition. I think it's fine. The logic behind it is more or less like you just have gods on Roadhog so you can get hooks. You have Surefour to get gravitons and pulse bomb combos. Gods is also there for shield break. Mendo can pressure the supports, and there's a Reinhardt, and that's pretty much it. On the other side though, it's double DPS with Genji McCree. I think that this is more or less all that AF Blue runs. Recry's McCree is very good. Arhan's kind of a one-trick Genji. I'm not sure how good he's doing this season. People are saying that he's like playing poorly. I don't know how much it's him playing poorly or just his team not playing around him well. In their match the first week against Kangdu Onsia, I felt like they weren't playing phase style Overwatch, like where you just play a very, very passive McCree or a passive Roadhog, and you just dedicate all your resources into making sure that this Genji can like make space. It's just a different way to look at the game, I guess. Like, some teams don't dump all their resources into one player, but sometimes, like, I think you have to, just depending on how that hero or how that player is. Like, some players are really good but need everyone behind them. Some players can make space for themselves. But I don't feel like Arhan gets the same support as some of the other Genjis that like people compare him to, like Shadowburn, like Who Are You? I think comparing the supports of Africa Blue versus like the supports of, say, Lunatic High or of even like Envious is a stretch. I don't find Mono super impressive, or Eamon for that matter. So it's noticeable that they don't play well, but whatever. They've got the one thing that's good again, I guess, about the AF Blue combo just coming out of the door is that they have obvious combos in the fact that they have like Dragon Blade Nano Boost, and then they have the Graviton. You can argue that you don't need a Graviton combo in general. You can just like have your Reinhardt charge, or your Genji like dash through, or your McCree shoot some heads, or even just your Zarya follow up the damage. So I think in general I like AF Blue's comp better, but it puts a lot of pressure on C9 because the way that their comp is structured, Gods and Mendo have to put in a lot of work. They need to like make sure Recry's dead. As long as Recry's dead, Mendo can do whatever he wants.
Already starting off, and we'll see what Cloud9 can get done. They are in the red. If
Mendo's doing well here pressuring, but
Mendo dodging around Tracer, trying to find a little bit.
I don't like that he's going like. I think right here this is just like really awkwardly bizarre focus fire from C9. At the same time though, like again, like it's hard to tell, right? Because you saw how low they were able to get that Reinhardt, but they don't have anyone that can really help Mendo finish off the Reinhardt. So like Mendo has to choose between shooting the Reinhardt or going for the supports. And he doesn't really want to go for the supports because Recry has so much space. So I think that like the pressure here, or like the onus, is on maybe like Rolf or Gods to hit a nuke or a hook or something, because I don't think that Mendo by himself in skirmishes can do enough damage to get kills, especially when there's a like McCree on his. I think if I'm C9, if I see this comp, I just tell Mendo to go Winston or something. Although Gods gets a 2k, which is pretty sick. They should be able to get this cap, even though it might take it a little bit longer.
Yeah, vice versa. So we're to see actually the
Surprised they popped the nano boost here. I don't think that that was necessary at all. I think that this fight was easily won by them if they just walked onto the point. If I'm going to criticize them, I think that that was the first mistake that they've made on this point, was just popping that nano. It was a 5v4, but I think both DPS were dead. We can go back and check. Because I'm pretty sure that they killed Arhan and they killed Recry. So yeah, they killed, like, this is like one of the best situations you can be in. It's interesting that Dongyun has so much ult charge, but in reality, Mendo should be able to kill everything now. There's like no reason why Mendo can't just get like a 4K, honestly, here. Dongyun did a good job of keeping everyone alive. He has high charge. He gets a lot of ult off too here. Feels sure for, but right now Mendo just needs to man up and go get kills. This nano boost is 100% unnecessary, and it's gonna give them this graviton anyway. I mean, Dongyun's obviously having a good early game, but they could have capped that super easily.
I swear he almost got knocked off, but he was pulled back in by the graviton search of
So they're gonna lose this fight, I would imagine, because there's a full charge Zarya with nano boost that already used graviton and is now getting like chain gravitons.
Wow, they're still fighting over it. Cloud9 managed to grab the point, so they've got the control percent built.
They could have fought nano boost versus nano boost, and Rib didn't have to commit that hard, but I feel like Rib felt pressured to go get kills. This sound barrier is really awful too. This fight's over. There's no reason to sound barrier here. I mean, they're trying to drag out the point, but they're gonna lose eventually, and they're gonna wish that they had that sound barrier to like come back and retake. So like they drag it out 7%, but is it really like worth it to trade 10% on the cap for a sound barrier? I don't think so. C9 really boned themselves here though, because they wasted the sound barrier, they wasted the nano boost arguably, and like those are both of their support ults. And Dongyun's on his second graviton already because he used it to like kill that Reinhardt. But I honestly think Mendo should have been able to kill Dongyun, or at least like help Rib kill Dongyun. I don't know how Dongyun lived. Mendo probably played a little too safe there. I understand that you don't really want to like plus forward full health Zarya or like a full charge Zarya, but the support ult there to pop the sound barrier I don't think was the move. I understand why he did it, but the only reason why C9 like this looks semi-close is because Africa Freaks is just kind of countering C9's ults, like just using them to use them. Like I don't even think Eamon should have sound barriered there. But I'm focusing more on C9's mistakes because they asked like what I think. Like they asked me specifically to like give them feedback. So I think that they played around that Zarya very well, AFB, but I mean Eamon's sound barrier was completely unnecessary. But this is the second graviton, and Sureforce still hasn't gotten his first.
For the combo, Adam Ammon picking up kills. Arhan looking for a bit more. He's certainly done enough damage. Gets one right at the end, and that's going to be a pretty clean Afrika Blue teamfight win.
Yeah, and they good ult economy usage right there. They only used the Dragon Blade. They didn't commit the nano boost, so they're going to have that up for the next fight. But unfortunately, they did lose Adam, who still had that Earth Shatter available, so they have to fall back. They can't play the same.
So they have Graviton Pulse combo on Sureforce now. This should be a turned cap for them. I would have thrown it right there. I don't know what he's waiting for. This is weird play from Sureforce. Why wouldn't you just take the free 4-man? Like, I don't know how many cleaner gravitons you get in your life, actually. I think that this rotation from AFB was really bad and, like, super punishable. But why would, like, right here, why?
Oh no, Rib falls asleep due to the ultimate. Mendo coming in now. Whoa,
Mendo comes in clutches, though. I mean, that was awkward. It worked out, but it was awkward. Very awkward.
Oh, Sureforce steals it the last second. That was scumbag Sureforce.
Great setup.
Scumbag Sureforce.
Hold on to their ult economy for the most part.
Afraid of the reflect? Maybe. I don't know. Probably.
And they baited them in. They knew the Earth Shatter was up.
So I don't know who Mono nano boosted that fight. I guess it's completely irrelevant. I think that they initiated with it though. It depends on who used it first, I guess. Like, did they graviton before the nano boost, or did they nano boost after the graviton? I wish that there was like a fight recap in this game, but there's not, so I don't really understand sometimes the order of operations here.
No, Rib.
So Mono has nano boost here.
falls asleep.
And he pops it on his teammate inside of the Graviton, who instantly gets destroyed. So like you see, like AFB's not really that good. I mean, they're not playing clean either. I think both teams are making their fair share of mistakes here. But C9 has a very good positioning right now because they still have their nano boost. They can just nano boost Surefour into this choke, get him another Graviton, and then play around that. Or they can nano the Whole Hog. Nano Whole Hog's not really that impactful. I like see, like this is bad. I don't know what the value is here. I think that you just nano Surefour. Nano Whole Hog is pretty underwhelming. You can break a shield with regular Whole Hog. They get a kill on Arhan off the back of it, but they could have easily gotten Surefour to like 70-80% by now. 90 even. They do get value out of it, but it's like value that wasn't really added. And what I mean by that is like you make the conscious decision to nano boost your Roadhog who's already ulting, so like you're not helping your Roadhog get ult, and like arguably Whole Hog there wasn't ever gonna get like a massive amount of kills. I'm not sure of Surefour's like current ult, or not ult, like his current damage charge percentage, but I think that like you should nano boost Surefour there just because you'll help him get Graviton up, and the more Gravitons you get, obviously the easier the game is to win. And you can tell that he's very high charge right now, just based off the color of his model. So he's gonna have Graviton soon though, which is really good for them, and Mendo should have Pulse Bomb by the time that this fight goes out. Good hooks from Gods. They need to kill this Zarya. G. Sound Barrier comes out here. I don't, again, with these sound barriers from Adam, like why? There's way too many Lucios right now that are just like popping sound barriers just because like the enemy popped sound barrier. I don't think that there was any situation where they lose this fight. The sound barrier is just going to give them the pressure to like go into spawn, but like it's just risky to use ults like that. I don't know that they needed to.
Especially the late kills there onto Amon and Arhan.
The good news is that they have Tyna. They can just grab a ton here.
That's going to force them to rush. Sound barrier, ill-advised usage there from Africa Blue, and they're going to get big banged once.
But someone's backcapping? Recry, I guess, on the Tracer? Not that it should really matter. But yeah, that wasn't like a clean game, you know? Like I feel like both teams made their fair share of mistakes. This isn't mine. I don't know what this is.
Instead, they commit the sound barrier, especially after they had already lost their tank line. Yeah. You're just not going to get any value out of that ability whatsoever.
Well, I think he was trying to save Dongyun in that particular case, because it went down right as Zarya died. But either way, I agree it was too late. But
it was too late. Once you lose your Reinhardt in that situation, you don't have a positional advantage. You have to funnel through that choke to get back onto the point.
They're gonna go out with the same comps. Recry's gonna go Hog instead of McCree. I guess he didn't feel good about the McCree last round. It's hard to run McCree in general, I think, just because you get punished by Hog pretty decently, easily. Mendo on the Tracer though, that's good. Mendo's pretty free to do what he wants right now. Though Arhan does kill Rolf here, so this fight should be over. I'm not sure how that happened or like what went into that. Probably just like a missed hook or something. But and is dead. GG. I think it's harder to run Tracer on this map in general, just because of like how close quarters most of the fighting is. But it's not the biggest of deals, I guess. A big kill. I would just go pulse bomb the Roadhog or something. I'm surprised he doesn't just go for the ults here or pulse bomb this Hog. I don't know. It's fine that they're rolling them over. They have Graviton combo now. They should be invincible. They can just hold this door forever, arguably. Good bubbles from both teams, I think. But you should hold up here. I'm surprised that they're giving them this much space. I think letting them through the choke is a mistake and not really... What was that pulse bomb? Yeah, I don't know why he grabbed there. I think Mendo didn't expect it. I can check his blink cooldown. I don't think he had another blink there. If you're asking why that pulse bomb was so bad, I think it's because he actually just couldn't get any closer. But I don't think he expected the grab, because I would have expected the grab earlier. Yeah, he has no blinks. So it's not... I hesitate to call this Mendo's fault. I understand his situation here, where he feels like he needs to make something happen. You could argue that he should have just not thrown it because it was never going to work. But I think Surefour's grab was super late. I think that they could have just thrown it into the doorway, which is what they expected to have happen.
Can't get anything done with the Dragon Blade, though. He does kill Roll.
Rib did get a 2K though off the back of it. Gods is still alive. Good whole hog. I mean, you gotta win the fight. Stuff, good stuff.
Wow, Amo used the nano boost onto their Zarya Donghyun at the very start of that engagement, and that just caused Cloud9 to just pretty much easily kite him backwards and negate a lot of that damage.
They have Graviton, Shatter, Whole Hog. They have all these ults. Adam should just be able to sound barrier this off though, honestly. I don't know how they lose this fight. I would have nanoed Rib already or nanoed Surefour by now, so that's a good sound barrier, but it might be a little too early. They weren't even in the grab yet. And yeah, now they're just going to get boned. I don't know why they didn't initiate here. I think that you have to initiate here. Like, they know that this is coming. Like, this is 100% coming. Like, there's absolutely no way that this isn't coming. So you have two choices, right? You can either save your sound barrier and just accept the fact that you're going to get team wiped by the Graviton, which is probably fine. You could nano boost Surefour on the side or nano boost Rib and force them to use their ults faster. Or you nano boost like you nano boost Rib or Surefour, or you save sound barrier. I don't think you should pop sound barrier before the Graviton, especially when you know the Graviton's gonna come. You initiate if you have ult disadvantage. It's not about having ult disadvantage, it's about just forcing the team fight. Like you always want to like be the team that starts the team fight. But they're giving up too much room, and then like grouping up here is a huge mistake, obviously. Like in reality, I think if the Graviton comes out reactively, the sound barrier from Adam is better timed and they take way less damage and maybe live. But I felt like they like left Rib out to dry, and then Rib didn't really have an out, and then they broke Rib's shield, and then suddenly the Graviton comes out. So there's a lot of different ways that they could have played this, but I think the best way is either you just pop the nano on Surefour, because why not? Like, who cares? Worst case scenario, Surefour dies, right? But he gets Graviton charge, so like he goes up to like maybe like 60 or 70, 80 even if he has a good run. If they see Surefour's nano boosted, they respond with their own Graviton because they have to, and then suddenly there's like a nano Graviton or a nano Zarya inside the Graviton, and then you play it off that. Or you can like just run at them like bots and just try to bait out the Graviton, so that way you can lose the fight as fast as possible and then come back with your sound barrier, your nano boost, your Zarya, whatever. That's a little bit riskier, I guess, but it's not really that risky. It's just like you lose a fight and then you're going to use your sound barrier to win the next one. But instead they sound barrier super early before the Graviton. The Zarya can like get a few right clicks in and then Graviton, and then just the sound barrier was completely wasted. Like they didn't get any value out of it. And they still have this nano boost, but I think that if they had just nanoed Surefour, it could be a lot closer to grab. And now they don't really have any real way to negate this Dragon Blade. They don't really have any real way to get on this point. Like I'm surprised that both teams are giving up so much room. I'm also surprised that Mendo's saving his pulse bomb here. Instead of trying to go for like aggressive plays on maybe like the Roadhog or something. I think he's like prioritizing the combos a little too much and playing a little safer than I think he should be. I think he's better than this, like in terms of like what he can do with just like himself. Like you see, he's still saving it, but I'm pretty sure he could have killed the Hog by now. Big Earth Shatter though from Adam. It's like he's still saving it, and Rolf didn't even use Graviton or Nano Boost again. But I think as soon as you see the Dragon Blade from Arhan, you just nano boost Surefour. I don't know why they're saving it so long. I think that the support play is really hurting them here. Or just like whoever's not calling for these ults, because I would have nanoed Surefour like twice by now. But now they're just kind of banking on this grab, which is later than it would be if they had just nanoed him like 10 seconds ago or 20 seconds ago or something. So now he's looking for this grab, Mendo's been saving this combo forever, but they don't get on the point, and that's unfortunate. But obviously they should have been on the point there. That's like sad, but whose fault is that? Like, why did all of them get off the point? Like, that's the entire team being dumb. But I think that they waited way too long to take that fight, and they took it like really, really poorly.
A lot of the Cloud9 members were just getting hammered there by Adam in the hallway.
Well, I mean, they had plenty of people within range of the point.
That's like a team throw. Like, no one's screaming point, point, point. Like, what's going on?
An end of a point for Cloud9, but
they allowed themselves to be flanked. I mean, they tried
But the communication's not there, because that's like the third time that Mendo hasn't been ready to use the pulse bomb inside the grab.
not really working out, and it was a good spread of the Africa Blue players to make sure that CC and the AoE damage
Surefour's gonna go Pharah here. Both teams are going Pharah.
is going to be the one on the
I don't know why. I think Arhan's gone Pharah on this map most times.
bar today.
I'm surprised he doesn't just like go McCree. I think whichever team just spawns McCree next will just do better.
Classic concussive
Um,
right there, but not going to find anything.
yep, Surefour just raining damage down from above. A couple kills coming in for a free.
Because Rib's kind of worthless in this composition. I think that like their whole team comp is awful now.
Right there, and
I don't know why you don't run Zarya.
they lost the Rib, thanks to the biotic grenade eliminating the
So sure, they switched to Widow Zarya. I don't
frontline collapse.
don't know why. Why not go McCree?
To a Widowmaker. Nope, thinks better of it. Soldier 76 time it is.
I was gonna say Widowmaker.
I think just not running Zarya off of spawn is throwy in itself. Because they can just get like,
There aren't really good.
they can just lose right now. Like they could arguably be in a position where they just can never win right now, depending on how Dongyun's ults go.
All right, God's coming in.
And I still think that McCree is way better on this point, especially just to kill a Pharah. I'd rather have a McCree than a 76.
Whoa! Blue Adam with
The Recry kills Rib. They trade for Adam. Both Reinhardts are down. Arhan's not dying though, and Dongyun has grab. So they counter the. So that's just a really good play from them, honestly.
from Arhan.
But it goes back to them having Graviton first and having the Pharah barrage there. If they didn't have both of them, it would have been worse. But you see, Surefour is only a 40% grab. So, like, AF Blue's not bad. Their gameplay, like their strategy is very good. Like they're probably just going to nano boost the Zarya here, I would imagine, or nano boost the Pharah. Both of them are arguably worth it, I guess. But C9's in a really bad spot because they had to switch heroes after the first fight, which they lost, so they were at like double ult disadvantage. You see, like Mono just popped sound barrier there. They nano boost the Zarya, and then they just run at them. And now look, 80% Graviton on Dongyun to 50 on Surefour. Adam still doesn't even have his first sound barrier because he's just died so many times. And this is like a pretty good example of like why your composition needs to be very, very clean, and also why you should generally always run Zarya to mid on every single Koth map. There's very few times where you don't want it, but like Mendo's not having an easy time now. He's gonna pop this visor from behind, but regular visor is not even really that strong. Does get a good kill here, but this is another Graviton from Dongyun, and they can't get on the point. Again, it's unfortunate that they're not paying attention. Like, that's pretty shitty that that happened twice to them, that like they're just not standing on the cap.
At the end, but he put himself
I wonder if it's like land jitters. It felt lost anyway. Like both maps kind of felt lost, but like they were just like thrown. I don't even consider them not getting on the point as like the worst part of it. I think like there were bigger mistakes throughout the match that like led to them being in these situations.
That's when things changed a little bit. He didn't have the time to get back to the point. The question is, do you take that risk?
But that's like really unfortunate twice for that to happen.
Be a bummer. So now twice in a row on those points, we see C9 go for big choke point fights and then end up with nobody on the point to show for it. Maybe
Mendo ran off the point. It's absolutely his fault. I mean, he had to like kill the Pharah, right? He got booped into Graviton. Like he didn't really have a play there. I mean, they were gonna lose anyway. Like the whole team was in a graviton. And if he stays on the point, he doesn't kill the Pharah, so it's like hard to. I don't think that you can blame him for that, but I do think it's like they put themselves in that bad position when they ran the Pharah in the first place.
So certainly an option on some of these assaults and hybrid.
Yeah, it was like stay on the point and 1v6 or try to kill the Pharah and try to win that fight. I don't know. I don't think that they were in a good spot there at all.
I think Africa Blue, we looked at them in last season and looked at them in the finals and said, these are the guys, these guys.
It's hard to say what happens there, but whatever, map one's over.